the classic English country look. Today we'll be looking at how to wear it, and perhaps more importantly, should you wear it? So the classic English country style comes in and out of fashion. Certain brands will really play on the look. I remember back in the 90s, brands such as Mulberry, when they were more of a lifestyle brand, did a huge thing on sort of country style clothing. It's very aspirational, very popular word still, and it has lots of class connotations, etc. So I think it's always part of the English psyche is the country look. I think if you're English and you see somebody dressed in this way, you immediately have a view on that person, good or bad. From a style point of view, I absolutely love it. I think the ethos of it is great because it's all about clothes which are fit for purpose, well made, and not new. The whole idea of the classic English country look, properly done, is not to be too prissy. It's clothes which work well in the country. So the classic fabric you think of is tweed. Tweed is the essential English country fabric, hard-wearing, robust, full of character. And then the styling is very much aimed at, well, very practical looking. So it's warm, it's not too fitted, skinny tweeds just don't look right. And it's obviously layered because it's all practical things. It's about keeping the elements out. And then some of the details you'll see in tweed jackets are very much influenced by country pursuits and country sports. Things like riding, shooting, fishing, just being outside in the country. So that's very much elements of very much the colour palette of earth tones, browns, bottle greens, burgundies, very, very popular. And then the detail you'll see on tweed jackets, this one for example is based on a shooting jacket, so you have the storm tab at the neck so you can protect yourself from the elements by buttoning it to the collar, and then the side pockets have buttons to keep your gun cartridges in place. So it's very practical, and when you'll see the back of this jacket, you see it has like a bellowed back, for shooting with. This is actually a shooting style coat rather than an actual shooting jacket, but the style is more of a weekend country jacket. The style of country wear is to keep it muted and keeping the cut into the colour palette. But I often say to my clients, it's not, you don't want to be too matchy. So if you can see it here, you've got the classic Tattersall shirt, and if you say tweed is the essential or the classic tweed jacket fabric, Tattersall cotton is the definitive country shirt. Don't see it so much now as you did a few years ago. It's quite fashionable. Often in brushed cotton. Sometimes there used to be the old cotton wool mixes, which are very warm, in this Tattersall pattern. And Tattersall it's named, I think, for Richard Tattersall, who was a trainer, and it was his horse blanket. So very, very country riding influenced. And it makes a very classic shirt. You often see it in waistcoats too. So the Tattersall check shirt, and then ties. You wouldn't wear a bright woven. You'd wear more subdued colours. Madder silk works perfectly over tweed, and as always, the pocket square, a little bit of colour, but not too sharp city. So this would be what I would call country style. Then the trousers you wear with it, the two classic materials for trousers, probably the most famous is corduroy, but again, the more robust corduroys, earth tones, bottle greens, wines, mustards, those sorts of colours. And then for the footwear, you're looking at sort of boots are great, sort of brogues boots, but things with sort of thick walking soles on rather than fine sort of city leather soles. And that's really like the essence of country clothing. Hats often worn, the tweed flat cap. I always say to my customers, don't match it to your jacket, but some people love a matching set. It's up to you. And again, on top of this, you'd either wear your wax jacket or maybe like a rubberized Macintosh, just to keep elements out. Of course, if it's really muddy, you'd probably want to swap your brogues to maybe a pair of Wellington boots. Again, all about being practical, dress for the elements, and dressing in quality but not too prissy is how I like to see it. Don't be afraid to mix patterns here. If you look at this outfit here, I've got 4 patterns going on, but they're all in muted colours. The strongest thing is this little flash of gold in the pocket, but the colours are overall muted. So, quick interruption, but an opportunity to win a really good prize. You can win a 1-hour personal consultation with me online to discuss all your sartorial needs. Now, As a personal stylist, I have a wide range of customers. Some may be later on in their sort of sartorial journey and they've got a whole wardrobe full of bespoke suits. They want to know how to wear the best out of them, how to style them. Other people are at the beginning of their sartorial journey, haven't even got a suit. They're just looking to get some guidance. So whatever your level is, wherever you're on the journey, I've got the advice for you. And to make it easier, the chaps at Rampley & Co will give you a £500 gift voucher to spend on their goods. I can even help you spend that. So all you have to do to win this fantastic prize is be an email subscriber. The details are below. So this is an interesting take on country style, what I would call town style, which is somewhere between city and country. You often see it in market towns, so more for business than for country pursuits, but still elements of the country. The more tailored suit jacket, although with some still sort of hacking details like the slant pocket and the ticket pocket. This is a suit, would be quite smart, certainly with some polished brogues. But then there's a little nod towards traditional country style with a tassel waistcoat. And I was saying how the tassel shirt is the essential country shirt. The waistcoat is very much an easy country look to add to any outfit. And I think they're very practical, they're very hard wearing, they're very warm. Now this is a bit of a take on the look by making it double-breasted, so it's a little bit of a dandy touch, but I think it's quite interesting to mix up your styles, and this is quite an elegant, dressed up country look. The tie is a pure cashmere in blue, and it has a very matte texture, which I think is appropriate for tweed rather than the shiny silks. And the shirt is a check, but it's a blue and white brushed cotton. So not totally city, but not totally country. So this is what I call town look, and often gets neglected. I think people think of city and country, but I love that sort of area in between. Very sophisticated, very, very elegant, and very tailored. I think this with a wax jacket on top is great for a day at the races perhaps. Perfect because it's practical, it's comfortable, and very stylish. Of course, the great thing about country tailoring is it breaks up so easily. Unlike your city suits, thinking about chalk stripes, glen checks, herringbones, particularly in the supers, they don't always break up into separates that well. Country tailoring always looks great as a jacket. If I was to wear this tweed jacket with moleskin or corduroy trousers, it wouldn't give the indication of being a orphan suits jacket. It would look like a considered sports jacket. So that's why I think tweed suits are a useful thing to have in your wardrobe, because you get a great pair of trousers and a jacket that work really well independently. It can be a bit tricky for city tailoring. So this with some yellow cords or some beige moleskins, very, very elegant. I think the English country style combines so well with denim, whether it's jeans or, as I've shown here, the denim cutaway shirt. I think because denim, like tweed, is a quite robust fabric, it's an outdoorsy cloth, it kind of works together. You're not mixing styles too much, but I just feel having the chambray shirt just gives this tweed jacket a real modern edge. I think this would be far more appropriate in an urban setting perhaps than a tassel check shirt. Again, the shantung striped tie is a little bit more modern in styling, and then quite a sophisticated pocket square. So I think this is how to sort of do the English country look in the city look. This is what I'd recommend. I think this is a country look which has more of an urban sophistication about to it, either as a two-piece suit, or you can wear this jacket with jeans. Now that could be denim jeans, but you can also get jean cut moleskins and corduroys, which are a really good smart casual option. I really like how the styling of this jacket as well is a little bit more city with the peak, the pearl and the one button, but it still has elements of country style. Now this isn't an outfit you would necessarily put with Wellingtons, but certainly I would keep the shoes with a nod towards the country. So something like a tobacco suede semi-brogue would be absolutely perfect with this jacket. The wax jacket is probably the country wear garment with the most urban appeal. You don't really think twice if you see somebody in this style of coat in a city centre. It's practical, it's hard wearing, it keeps the cold out, it keeps you dry. But having some fun with the styling gives it another look. If you want to give it more of a country look, a great way of doing it, obviously you put some cords or some moleskins with it, but another great look is to put your country check waistcoat, your tassel vest with it. It means you can put a tie with it a lot more elegantly, and it just gives it a little bit of a dressed up look without too much bulk. So rather than having to wear a tweed jacket and then something on top of it, this gives you an element that you've made a bit of an effort, you look quite smart, but you're not bogged down with too many layers. Great for the British weather when it's not making its mind up. So again, tassel waistcoats are just a really useful thing to have in your wardrobe. I use it as a real nod towards country style. I put them underneath blazers. You can even team that with maybe a grey flannel suit, and it just gives it quite a sophisticated, vintage country look without going headfirst into country wear look. Well, I hope we've inspired you to try some country looks. Let us know in the comments if you're more traditional tweed or like to mix it up in more urban looks, and don't forget to subscribe.